For exercise P3-33, I'm just going to kind of take this one and work it a little bit differently, and I'm just going to break it down by what's actually there. So I'm going to start with the circle, which will have a diameter of 40. And I'm going to draw a line cutting that circle completely in half. And I need to make sure that that is coincident with my center point so that I can trim out the entire top of the circle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and extrude this object a total distance of 100. Now I'm going to begin to focus on what I have left to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do a new sketch on this surface, and I'm going to work on this end right here. And I know that I've got a diameter 32 cutout over here that has a diameter of 20 on the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a box. And this box is going to give me pretty much everything that I need to do. Now, I do want to turn on one of my origins, which is going to be the z-axis. I have to turn on the visibility of that so that I can take dimensions off of it. Okay, evidently I can't take dimensions off of an origin axis. So let me go ahead and turn that back off. And now I'm just going to put a line in here. And after I place the line, I'm going to click on it and say center line. Now I can come in here and click here to here, and it'll give me the diametric dimension, which is going to be 20. Click here to here, and again it'll give me a diameter, which is 32 for this one. And the depth of that is 8. Now I'm going to revolve this, and I'm going to go ahead and just do a full around my center axis and say cut. And we'll say OK, and that's going to cut out this little portion over here. I'm going to go right back in and do another new sketch on this surface, and since I've learned from last time that I can no longer take dimensions from default axes, I'm going to go ahead and just create a center line right away. Now for this particular side, I'm going to do a rectangle, and that's going to give me pretty much all the information that I need to get everything else that I need. So I know that it's a diameter of 40. We know that this right here is a diameter of 32. And I know that the distance of this is 20. So I can go ahead and finish my sketch again, and now I'm going to revolve this piece right here around this axis, and again it does not matter if it's full because it's still going to create the same thing. Now I need to go ahead and create the cutout that goes in here. So again, another new sketch on this face, and this time rather than using the center, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start the line command, and I'm going to draw a line straight down. Now if I move my cursor back over towards the end point of that line, it turns gray. If I left click and drag from there, I can left click and drag in the direction that I want it to go and actually create an arc section. So by creating the arc within the line command, it pretty much automatically adds those tangent constraints and sets everything up the way that it's supposed to be. Now I did accidentally put in a bit of an additional segment in here, so I just want to make sure that it doesn't exist. So I'll just go back to the line command and recreate that side. What I want to do next is I want to do a vertical constraint between the midpoint here and the center here. Then I can go ahead and dimension the radius of this, which is 2. Okay, that should be 10, not 2. I gotta go back to math class. If the radius is 2, or radius, if the diameter is 10, the radius is 5. So now I need to dimension from here to here, 25. Then from here to here is going to be 35. And that's going to give me the rest of my shape. Now I need to go in here and extrude this piece. So I'm going to click on this and I want to cut, and I want it to go down a distance of 3. So what that's going to do is that's going to give me the location that I'm looking for. Now on here I can see a dimension that says R 2 places. That's just letting me know that it's a radius in 2 places. Whereas before I wasn't paying attention and I read it as an R2. So this is exercise P3-33.